Hello, Paul here from EMD Automotive at Canberra, Sydney. I've got this Porsche 996 here for the actual, we're replacing the fuel sender today. That's the old one there. That's the old one there. So this is a C4 Carrera 4, so that means a 4-wheel drive. So the actual fuel sender is there, but every time we do anything to do with fuel, we disconnect the battery. It's a safety hazard, so you have to disconnect the battery. It's very easy to drop a spanner or something between the terminals, or earth the terminals out with a spanner that you're working on. It's a hazard, so you must remove the actual battery before you work on fuel. And one more thing, you must have a little fire extinguisher next to the car, just in case something pops up and then have a little bit of fire. It takes you 1 second to put it out. Alright, but anyway, going back to this, so it's good that we took the battery out anyway, because it's a safety hazard. You never know when you're going to short it out, and the fuel tank's right there. And if you short this out, if you short the battery out on the positive side, like a spanner to earth, you can actually cause fire here and the car's on fire. So always disconnect the battery. It's a good thing that we disconnect the battery. There's a lot of dirt in here as well, here and on this side here, so we might as well take it off, and we're going to get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum it, clean it up before we put the battery back on. At the same time, so I'll show you the values of the resistance of the old one compared to the new one. So that's the old one we took off the car, and this customer has purchased his own fuel sender, so which is exactly the same one anyway, but we're just going to show you the actual values. The new one, when we put it to full, is 10 ohms. To empty is 299 ohms. All right. The old one was on 10 ohms, and empty was 281 ohms. Very close anyway, so it should work. It should be alright. Anything plus or minus 10 ohms, 15 ohms, it doesn't really matter. The car doesn't know anyway. It's very close, and the tolerance very high anyway on these models. When it comes to resistance, they're not really sensitive. The gauge, like the new one's very sensitive, and 997. You have something like that between those two there, and the value will be massive. Will be halfway when you look at the gauge, but the actual numbers, it should be empty, but they say half. But anyway, 996 is much better, and 996, the way they designed it is the gauge is pretty much not really sensitive to resistance, as long as you're very close to. I've seen a few about 290 as well, between 290 to 285. That's pretty normal. Anyway, so we're going to put everything back together. I'm going to try it out and then clean all the planning, and I'm going to look at the mirror dip when the customer put in reverse, and I'm just going to put up in the air and just double check the car for him, and we'll go from there. Alright, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.